This motherfucker could literally just be like, Vladimir Putin never called me a racist. What's going on? And still have the top-rated news show every fucking day. There's nothing you pathetic little twerps can do about it, too. He can just do the 14 words every goddamn night. And none of you fucking internet limp dick losers can do a single goddamn thing about it. Which is why you come in here and try to put words in my fucking mouth. Go deal with Tucker Carlson, dumbass. Do something that's actually valuable. Try to get him off the fucking air, idiot. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is why it's like incredibly frustrating to me when I see so many of these fucking supposedly fucking left-leaning social democrat idiotic debate bros in here all the fucking time. You're not doing this for a reason. You're not doing this for any sort of moral goal. You're doing this because you want a reaction. Your only interest in politics is just what kind of reaction you can get out of one parasocial content creator that you have a parasocial relationship with versus another parasocial content creator that you want to have a parasocial relationship with. That's it. That's the only way that you can analyze politics and the news. Looks like Ukrainians know better about what Russians or Putin would do or want. Such a bullshit propaganda. What do you mean? The discourse that people are criticizing the Nazis too much legitimate? No, it's bullshit. That's a bullshit fucking take. From day one, first thing I fucking tweeted after Russia invaded Ukraine was, this is going to fucking have horrifying long-term consequences. A lot of bloodshed in the immediate, and then horrifying long-term consequences that revolve around the emboldening and the legitimization of Nazis, because nationalism is seen as an emancipatory force for good. And that's exactly what's going on. If Russia had never fucking invaded Ukraine, maybe things would be different. I don't know. Probably not. Because they were already incredibly fucking, they were already very much firmly planted in the front lines and had a lot of influence on what happens, or they had a lot of bullying power, I guess. And the reason why they had a lot of power like that beyond their actual immediate tiny fucking battalion was because America was backing them. But now it's too late. The U.S. should arm or not Ukraine in this opinion. The U.S. arming in a justifiable world, the U.S. arming should be one that is conditional on allowing Ukraine to have an upper hand in the negotiation process. If they know for a fact that they can't fucking wipe out Russian forces, the continuation of bloodshed is ridiculous. They've done a good job thus far. They've pushed the Russian forces back. But they keep fucking agitating from afar, the Americans. They keep saying like, no, we'll just keep giving you guns. There's a legitimate interest amongst Ukrainians to purge out and fight down to every last Ukrainian. And that's a bargain that Americans are willing to make, especially because it sells a lot of weapons that way. If this war continues for 4 years, 5 years, that's 4 years, 5 years worth of weapons. The destruction of a foreign adversary. It's a gigantic win-win. Complete evisceration of their geopolitical power. I want it to end. But the weapons are donated, not sold. Yeah, famously, weapons get materialized out of the blue, and it's not a justification for the defense contractors to get more guns to refill their inventory and donated, he says. Yeah, with our tax dollars, for the record. How would you grade the West's overall response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine? I think it's been terrible. I think it's been absolutely horrible. Doesn't even matter, though, ultimately. All that matters is what America has to say in this situation. Just like all that matters is what Russia, or what Vladimir Putin specifically, has to say in this situation. It's a two-pronged battle. And once again, as always, just the fucking regular old citizens are stuck in the middle. Every time I said this like the day that they stepped foot inside of I think it was Donbass. They said that they were gonna fucking put troops inside of Donbass. Every time an imperialist or irredentist power decides to encroach upon a smaller nation, the most right-wing nationalist elements are seen as emancipatory forces, willing to do the violence necessary for liberation, a dangerous prospect for Ukraine stuck between the West and Russia. Also, it's laughable to think that Russia has any valid liberating claims here. Bombing Western Ukrainian military positions to defend LPR and DPR is just USA-style bullshit propaganda, almost as bad as claiming Ukraine started shelling more in Donbass when there's 200K troops at the border. Yeah, for some in NATO, it's better for the Ukrainians to keep fighting and dying than to achieve a peace that comes too early. This started back in 2014, though, not this year. The cat was out of the bag way before. It started back in 2014 in a way different way. If you consider what's going on now to be similar, then you are out of your fucking mind. Russia engaged in a proxy war in a similar capacity to what America is trying to do now with Ukraine. Russia engaged in a proxy war with the Ukrainian state. Ukraine had no military. Ukraine had nothing. Ukraine had no fucking power, no standing army, nothing whatsoever. So, what the entirety of the Western world and NATO nations did was build a standing army for Ukraine and basically build it up from the ground up and arm it and train it. By the way, I gotta say, Andrew's video was fucking brilliant. He just texted me. I should call him.
Is no. Vladimir Putin didn't do any of that.
Putin is doing.
People are reading the wiki and seeing the start of the Ukrainian-Russian war happen before today and acting like they learned something new.
The right thing. He's taken out the Syrian mafia.
It's not an invasion. They can easily fake a war.
Ну це просто весело, це типу як будь-які інші фейк-ньюс.
So what are the most important items that you need right now?
Helmets and bulletproof vests, certain kinds of medicine.
Потім речі, які дозволяють там не замерзнути, типу спальників.
For the record, this is why I was fucking saying, like, it's important to do humanitarian aid in Ukraine and not just fucking guns. Because, like, there's average fucking Ukrainians out there that are not getting that fucking help. Not getting enough help.
Карематів і так далі. Теж те, що може знадобитися як цивільним, так і на фронті.